Welcome here to Talk FCB and welcome back to the channel, guys. And coming up today, I feel this is a really intriguing video because we are going to be looking into exactly how much Barca have saved this summer in terms of wages after, of course, several very high-profile departures in the case of Lionel Messi and indeed Antoine Griezmann, but also all of the other departures too. How much in total? It is all coming up. So let's get started. Because this video today, guys, is coming to you courtesy of the one football app where you can indeed stay right up to date on everything Barca related in terms of the latest breaking news, the scores, all of the updates. And even now, in the United Kingdom, you can get the highlights live on the app there. You can see all the goals and all the match action there after the final result has happened. So please do get involved there and download the app down below. But this video, right here today, guys, it is designed to show you A, how much progress have we made this summer, and B, as a result of that, how much work do we still have to do. And what you're going to see, certainly as we go player by player now, is an insight really onto the sheer amount of money that some of these guys were earning, thanks of course to previous president Bartomeu. Because first up, we are going to talk there about the American Conrad de la Fuente, who indeed headed to Marseille this summer. And I do have to say, Conrad has started life in France very well indeed. And of course, I wish him all the very best of luck there. But in his departure this summer, Barca are rumoured there to have saved around 1 million per year in salary. Conrad there was on quite a modest fee of 20,000 a week, but of course he was registered as a Barca B player. So Conrad there saving the club 1 million per year. Then of course there's Ilaix Moriba, somebody who was also technically a Barca B player, but of course he wanted more wages this summer. He felt as though he deserved that new bumper contract, but Ilaix was already earning 40,000 euros a week, around 2 million per year, after Bartomeu gave him that deal when he was 16 years old. He made him the highest paid youth player in the club's entire history, but Ilaix, like I say, wanted more. He's gone now to Leipzig, and we will be saving, as a result, around 2 million per year. Then, of course, there is Miralem Pjanic, who has gone on loan to Besiktas, and again, very much respect for him to actually going and taking on that move and trying something new and going out there to play, and indeed he may have taken a pay cut in order to make that move possible and indeed helping the club in the process. But what we do know, that Besiktas will be paying around 2.7 million euros towards whatever salary Pjanic has at the club right now, equating there to just over 50,000 a week. So what we can say there is that Pjanic going on loan is going to save us nearly 3 million euros over the course of the season, which is a very similar amount indeed to Carlos Alenya, somebody of course who came through the ranks at Barca. He departed this summer for Getafe, and it was rumoured there that he was on quite a sizable sum of 60,000 euros a week there, around 3 million per year, that Barca, in offloading him this summer permanently of course, has now saved the club. And a very similar case indeed for Emerson, who I have to say was on a decent deal there, brought him back in from Betis. He is a very highly rated fullback. Of course, he had a really good season, and yet he was still only on 60,000 a week. 3 million per year that we have saved in what was, I feel, a controversial exit. But at the time, Barca just didn't feel as though they could turn down that kind of money. Also in midfield, we of course have seen the end of Matheus Fernandez's time at Barca this summer in what has got to be one of the worst deals the club has ever done in our entire history, with Bartomeu bringing him in there for nearly 10 million euros on the transfer fee side of things, but also on the wages. It's staggering, because it's rumoured there that Matheus Fernandez, before his contract was terminated by the club, was on around 70,000 euros a week, just under 4 million per year, for a player who was never even close to making an impact there in the first team at that kind of level. A shocking deal from Bartomeu, and a player that is now off our wage bill. Then there is Junior Firpo at nearly 100,000 euros a week. Again, a very big earner there, to be fair. He obviously was trying to get his chances at left back, but it never really happened for him. For somebody who wasn't playing all that much, we are going to be saving there 5 million per year in wages after he made his move to Leeds on a permanent deal. And it's a very similar situation for Francisco Trincao, somebody who we brought in for 31 million euros. And indeed, he's a very talented player, and he was very talented at Braga, and we were all excited about him at the club, and he could go on still to have a very good career. But 8 million per year. A young player there coming in, still unproven at Barca level, and we're paying him €150,000 a week. Again, the full amount there is off that wage bill, and it's likely that Wolves will sign him permanently at the end of the season. So that there is a big saving there. Trincao, €8 million per year. But then, of course, we really do step it up a notch. We move on to the big earners at the club. Of course, they're Antoine Griezmann, leaving on deadline day in the final minutes to join Atletico Madrid. Many people were shocked by that. Many people didn't really understand why we'd done that, loaning him there to a direct rival. But when you look at his wages, it becomes far easier to understand. With Griezmann there reportedly on a deal worth around €675,000 a week, 35 million per year. That's the deal that Bartomeu just handed him. I mean, why would you not? Unbelievable there. And of course, let's not forget as well, in that deal, it was going to run until 2024. So if Griezmann was going to stay at the club for many years to come, he would have cost, by the end of that deal, it would have been over 100 million that we would have spent in wages alone. We had to offload that. Atletico have taken him on. We will no longer pay any of that Griezmann salary, and that is a massive burden reduced from our wage bill. But of course, the biggest earner, and of course rightly so, as he was the best player not only in the team, but also in the world, it's Lionel Messi. Even so, when you're looking at his previous deal at the club, let's not forget that Messi was going to take a pay cut. He was going to take there a 50% cut to remain at the club. But of course, his previous contract was leaked there by El Mundo, and as you can see there, it was €555 million over the course of 4 years, which including bonuses. You have to make it clear here, this is not only about base salary, this is including everything there from loyalty bonuses to a renewal fee, but as you can see, 138 million per year, including bonuses for Messi on his previous deal. That is something that we no longer have on our wage bill. We wouldn't have anyway after he took that cut. But of course, even with that reduction, we still could not afford to keep him. That, though, is not all when it comes to the wages that we've saved this summer, because there have also been a number of fringe players who have moved on from the club. There's some of the likes there of Todibo, Raymond, Juan Miranda, Monchu, and Hakimi, and I've sort of estimated there that all of those together would come up at around €40,000 a week there. Let's say 3 million for all of those combined. Of course, many of them were at B team level, so you wouldn't expect them to be on too greater deals. And that's not all either, because it's not just about this summer what we've done in terms of departures. We've also made real progress in the reductions, because obviously Piqué, Alba and Busquets have all agreed to reduce their salary at Barca, and as a result, they have reportedly saved the club around 15 million over the coming year, which is a really significant sum, and you can see how that's really helped us. So, when you put all of that together, when you put their Messi combined with Griezmann, Trincao Jr., Matheus Fernandes, Emerson, Alenya, Pjanic, Ilash, the fringe players, and all of the pay cuts, you are left there with a total saving on what we were previously paying of nearly €220 million a year. And that is a significant drop to what this club previously had. And it's what we needed. It is quite simply what we had to do to survive. This is not just about here, getting rid of some players that we wanted to, sort of reshaping our squad in the way that we wanted. This was a matter of survival for this club, keeping Barca on the map. Because I want to go back actually to what Laporta said when we were talking about not being able to renew Messi. Of course, we were all absolutely heartbroken by the fact that it wasn't possible. But Laporta at the time said, even without Messi's renewal, our wage bill there is taking up over 100% of the club's income. So we were actually there paying out more in wages than we were bringing in, and that wasn't sustainable. In any business, anywhere in the world, if you're paying out more than you're bringing in, you're not going to last long. Doesn't matter whether it's football, doesn't matter whether it's business. You are not going to last long. The club would not have been able to continue to be able to function. But now, with those reductions, with the money that we've saved in salary and the departures that we've had, that figure now is believed to be at around 80%, which is still too high. There are still players at this club who we will still be looking in the future to move on. There are still players at this club who we are still trying to convince to take pay cuts to actually reduce their salary at this club, but 80% compared with over 100, it's a heck of a lot better. It is a significant reduction there, and something that had to happen to keep this club afloat. And although this summer it has been turbulent, it has been difficult, we did not want to lose Messi. We ideally didn't really want to lose Griezmann to a direct rival. But in terms of the departures that we've seen, and in terms of the decisions that we have made, it has been in the club's interest. It has been about surviving as a club. Reducing that wage bill was key, and we have started to see progress, even though the job is not done yet. So please, guys, after all of those figures, after all of those tallies have been made, what do you make of it? What do you think there, what we've been able to achieve over the summer, how much progress do you feel the club have made moving forward? And I think this is so important now when you're looking at transfer windows to come, when you're looking at things that we can do in the future. It was so vital here to get ourselves back within our means. Because when you're paying out more than what you're receiving in terms of income, that was just absolutely criminal from Bartomeu. And we simply had to act. So leave your thoughts, guys, in the comments down below. What do you think now of our new situation? And what are you expecting in the future? I'll be seeing you soon with more videos to come, of course. But until next time, as always, Visca El Barça.